with like sound going out from the head. Okay, no, perfect. I just wanted to know about the mic. Yeah.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, just so you know, for some reason a commentator got told to commentate on the level below me because I think it's easier for him to see the game. So I am stationed upstairs and he is stationed on the level below me. Just so you know.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Today's match today here at Avondale is between Avondale and Preston Lions.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Hello and welcome to round 21 action of the Senol NPL Victoria Women's live from Avondale Park. I'm your commentator, Daniel Christie, bringing you this exciting Saturday afternoon clash between Avondale and Preston. For some reason, there seems to be a little bit of miscommunication there with the referees and the players as they start to eventually walk out of the tunnel here at Avondale Park. But I'll get us going with the starting lineups for today, as you would have just seen a few minutes ago on the graphic that popped up on our YouTube live stream. Thank you so much for joining us on there. With the home team, we have Avondale. I'm expecting certainly Brooke Bennett to continue in goals today. She's lining up there with a back four of Eloise Wilson, Isabella Accardo, Gulchen Janitsares, and coming in at left back will be Elise Keller-Knight, I'm expecting, for Cameron Barrero, who will be dropping to the bench. In midfield, I'm expecting Taylor Ray, and in the number 10, Asuka Miata, with either Beatty Goad or Aidan Keane taking up that midfield position. It would be interesting to see how that plays out. Hannah Wilkinson will be starting up top, Sloane Young out on one wing, and like I said, either Aidan Keane or Beatty Goad will be occupying that wing position. For Preston, we have Ray Horrison, Dewey Medwin, Matsumoto, Yasmin Popovic, Fiorina Area, Kristen Malloy, Eva Harrington, Holly Massey, Mizuyo Yamada, and Valentine Percy. So the one change there will be Amy Medwin coming in at left back, with Erica Detella dropping to the bench. The match today will be officiated by Centre Ref Angelique Manjon, with assistant referees in Lin Cho Manyang and Liana Georgiev. As you can see, partly sunny and 12 degrees with light northerly winds, making for ideal football conditions here today in Parkville. No rain is expected and visibility is excellent. And it'll seem that Preston in their all red will be kicking from right to left in this first half, with Avondale in their all blue kicking from left to right. So all to play for in this game. Avondale really wanting to be maintaining their top four position so far and getting a win here at home today. They've been in superb form recently, especially in their last three games. In fact, their last loss actually comes in round 13. So red hot form, where Preston, coming off an impressive 2-1 victory on Tuesday night, will be looking to continue their winning form. Watch out for Valentine Percy and her long-range shots. Definitely something to keep an eye out for today, coming off a cracking one on Tuesday night. And the game kicks off. I expect Preston to be going fairly direct to begin with, and Avondale being the ones to be able to settle the ball down. Ball comes into Taylor Ray in the midfield. Out to Sloane Young. Really intelligent play there and switching the ball out. Beatty Goad there, taking across in it. Seems like Beatty Goad is actually lining up at left back, and it's a midfield three of Miata, Taylor Ray and Keller-Knight, with Aidan Keane out on the left, Sloane Young out on the right. Big task out there today for Beatty Goad. And the ball's in behind to Area, who's chasing that one down, but Janitsares will get there first and play back to Bennett. We'll certainly see a lot of that today between Janitsares, Bennett and Accardo. Very patient in their build-up. It's a good pass to begin with, right into Miata's feet. It's really great play from the centre-back there early on. Keane into the path of Wilkinson, bearing down on goal early, on the left foot, just over the bar. A great play out the back early. It was tight play there. I believe it was Sian Dewey getting really tight there. But game was waved on. Keane there, picking up the ball, a little bit loose, goes down, and it is deemed a free kick early. More of a knock than she probably would have wanted there, Aiden Keane, but a little bit sloppy playing out the back early from Preston. And a free kick is now positioned on the far left-hand side of the pitch in the corner. You can only really expect that this ball's going to be planted right on top of Ray Horrison for an early test in goals. So Avondale with a couple of changes from last week, but still an extremely strong team that they've put out today, full of attacking talent. And that midfield three of Kellen Knight, Ray and Miata certainly would go toe-to-toe with anyone in this league. Preston, though, certainly have some talent themselves going forward. It will be interesting to see how Holly Massey really takes a hold of this game and links up with Valentine Percy up front. Those two really have a good connection going and will be the biggest threat for Avondale today. It will look like it's Miata will be favourite to in-swing this one in. Asuka Miata, the Japanese startlet, crosses it in towards the back post, headed off the line. Unbelievably. That was going in. And it should be deemed a corner there. Cleared really well off the line by the Preston defender. We've got Amy Medwin, it was, coming in at left back for Erica Titella. She's on the ball now, and that's better from Preston. Massey flicks it forward, looking for runners in behind. Doesn't quite get there on this occasion. Wilson will mop that up, and Avondale will reset. Can they build up similar to like they did in their last attack? Long this time. Into Miata, great little touch, looking inside. Picks out Young, but it's a slippery ball on a turf. And it's a bit of a battle in midfield there. Massey going in, hard on Ray, but it spills out to Miata, and very clever. Gets Goad going out there at left back. Very steady start so far from Betty Goad. Oh, great skill there, cutting inside. All the way to the byline, cutting back. Fantastically defended again on two occasions there. Great run by Aiden Keane. Kellen Knight from range. Just a sider for her from a solid distance of 30 yards. But Keane early on really proving to be a handful for Harrington on that right-hand side. And it's up to Malloy and Yamada now to be able to play out successfully and get their talented players on the ball. On this occasion, it's turned over. And as expected, Preston just need to be a little bit more tidier, trying to test Avondale in behind. Good little 1-2 there between Kellen Knight and Keane. Into the feet of Wilkinson, but just evades her. And Malloy will have her head up now. Taken off by Young. Miata out to Keane. Cuts inside again. Really well. Great turn of speed there. Kellen Knight has plenty of time at the top of the box. Evades one, but won't get past Dewey, who plays a really nice pass out to Iaria. 1v1. Really good battle there. Unfolding. Percy. Great play Beating Janitsaris there with some good footwork and trying to return the ball down the line. But it's Ellie Wilson who cuts it off out for a throw-in. Ed Medwin will look to return the ball into play. Into the feet of Percy. Great hold-up play. And it just came off Matsumoto there. Goad advances up the field now. Avondale really attacking with a lot of vigour down this left-hand side early on. Cutting inside is Goad. Tackled on this occasion by Popovic. Ball comes into the box. Over two heads and cleared by Yamada. And Avondale will race it again through Janitsaris. Out to Wilson. Gets her head up. Plays the feet of Young. Medwin, experienced, does what she needed to do. Percy with time. Wilson comes into the back, defends well. So as you can see, physical start early. Both teams wanting to impose themselves. Area gives it back only as far as Keller Knight. But a square ball goes astray. Massey, who started out on this right-hand side, tries to find Percy, cut off by Janitsaris, but Percy's there to nibble in. Nakata's there to sweep up. So it seems like Preston are opting to play Matsumoto and Popovic further forward with Dewey sitting in that sole number 6 anchoring position. Massey out on the right and Area out on the left, which is a slight change to what was expected before the first whistle as the ball rolls through to Ray Horrison. And as I was saying before, Avondale certainly have the incentive to want to win and just keep their spot in the top 4. Currently in 4th spot at the moment with 38 points. 12 wins, 2 draws, 6 losses. 48 goals for is where they've really succeeded so far this season. Hannah Wilkinson with 16 of those, by the way. That's been their real firepower. And 22 goals against is really stubborn defensively, giving them a great goal difference. And like I said, their form in the last 6 or 7 weeks has been superb. We're Preston in 12th spot on 17 points. Are by no means a relegation threat, but they'll want to keep winning to push further up the table. With some big signings being made in the last few weeks. As Yamada goes in there on Sloane Young, right tight to the touchline. Valentine Percy with 7 goals has been a ray of sunlight for the Lions this season. As Area plays it off the shins. Wilson gets her head on it. Falls inside to Keane, who plays it back to Janitsaris, and they'll look to build up. Brooke Bennett now on the ball. Playing it to Isabella Ricardo. And now Avondale have got their width. They'll look to attack. Keane, seen a lot of it early on. Kellen Knight, a lot of space outside the top of the box. Tries to find a deft pass to Wilkinson. Could have taken it on herself. Miata with a clever touch. And Preston have to sit in now and weather the storm. Great ball over the top there by Ricardo. Catching out Harrington on that far side. Goad plays a great 1-2 with Kellen Knight. Beatty Goad finds Wilkinson. Another 1-2. It's not quite leading towards goals there. It's a fantastic run there from Goad. couldn't quite find a shot on target. Keane. A lot of pressure there from Massey. But Avondale are able to find the passing midfield and switch it. But on this occasion, it's short there by Ray. Area trying to tap it round. Wilson runs out of real estate this time. Ray mops up possession there. Plays it out to Ocado. Keane on the ball. Tries to find that pass into Wilkinson behind the defence, but it just skips out of play. Hayden Keane has had a bright start so far in this game. Won a Melbourne City title and born in New South Wales. So coming across from Melbourne City recently and certainly made an impact on this game. Ray Horrison short to Malloy, who gets her head up, fires it into midfield, doesn't quite find the feet of Matsumoto. As we see the familiar pattern of the start of this game unfold so far. Avondale really trying to bring the game to Preston here, find the gaps in midfield and the rotations, seeing Young come off the touchline into midfield. It's probably the pace of the passing that needs to be a little bit quicker to really get through these lines of defence that Preston are putting up. Cries of settle from the Preston coach on the sideline. Yamada to Medwin. Not much in front of her. Tries to find Percy. And Genesaris is just there to be able to mop it up. Good pressure there from Fiorina. Area on the goalkeeper there again. Good little control there from Keane. And Avondale are able to play out again through Ray, picking up a lot of space in this midfield so far. Taylor Ray. A lot of room ahead of her. Miata on the ball now. Out to Wilson. 1v1. Gets the ball into the box to the head of Wilkinson, but just over the top. Great idea. Avondale still have it in here through Keane out on the far side. Cutting it inside to Kellen Knight. The back heel to Keane. Just comes off. Great little turn. Beating a man. Hayden Keane still has it. Cutting it back. It's still play on. There was no whistle there. Hayden Keane did really well to be able to keep the ball into play. Beat two defenders. And the ball didn't roll out of play. It was very dangerous there for a second. Luckily they cleared. Massey now. Coming into Ray. Body there from Kellen Knight on Matsumoto just to be able to protect the ball. And Avondale just really need to find the pockets just in behind Hannah Wilkinson. And there it is in that channel. Cuts it back to Young. Onto her left, onto her right. Tries to find the return pass, but she was offside. Great little spin in behind there from Hannah Wilkinson. Malloy trying to find options into Dewey. Great play there. Under pressure. And Dewey again. Tries to receive it. Miata. Oh, the goal had opened up. And trying to be a little bit too cute and too pretty. And they nearly got caught there. A long range shot on her left from Miata. Had she got it on target, it was certainly a goal. Preston just got caught playing out the back there into the feet of Dewey, who had a lot of pressure. So it's a warning sign there for the away team. as Ray Horrison gets it into the head of Massey, who flicks it on. Chased down by Percy. It's a good opportunity for Preston to be able to push up the pitch and be able to get some numbers. Ray again has got a lot of time to be able to pick up the ball. Sprayer pass out to Young, but it's tough. And it skids off the top of her head and out for a throw. As there's a slight breaking play here for a technical adjustment on the centre ref. A lot of experience in this Avondale team, especially between Hannah Wilkinson and Kellen Knight. Wilkinson herself, New Zealand born, 125 international appearances between 2010 and 2024. And Kellen Knight with not too dissimilar, 115 games between 2007 and 2023 for the Matildas, the Gold Coast born left-footed magician. Miata now picking up the ball, plenty of experience herself. Team of the year last year, ex-Heidelberg. Keane picking up the ball here now, 25 yards out from goal. Aiden Keane goes down, but no free kick given. Looks like there was a tugging on her shirt there. She was going towards goals, but not enough for Manjon to see a free kick. Looks like there's been a change at left back and right back there between Harrington and Medwin, just to be able to quell the threat there of Keane on the far hand side. Young backing into Harrington now. Avondale should get the throw, as they do. Ellie Wilson down the line to Young. Great turn inside. Tries to beat two. Stopped on this occasion. Popovic doing really well to be able to get across and rob the ball and play out to Massey with plenty of time and space now. But unfortunately that pass doesn't come off, and it looked like Matsumoto on the far hand side was the better option. The reverse pass skipping out of play. Kellen Knight back to the feet of Wilson. Into Janet Saris, who switches the play and finds Goad. Now Okada will be able to draw forwards and try to push Preston out of their shape. Not much spacing behind for Avondale to be able to play. So they've really got to work it really smartly and quickly. Great feet there by Wilson. Has experience in the UK with Sheffield United and Bristol. Born in the southeast of England. Showing great drive down this right-hand side so far in this game. Beatty Goad picking it up. Always a defender coming into the midfield and picking up space in possession for Avondale. The rotations are clear and obvious to see. Wilkinson laying it off to Miata. A lot of time and space here. Keane drives it in with her left foot. Cleared on this occasion. And Avondale with all the momentum at the moment. And Janet Saris seen a lot of it early. Into Ray, who's pulled off into this half-back position. Into the feet of Wilson now. 1v1. Area stands up well. Great tackle. A little bit of body there. It's not seen as anything. And it's still Avondale's possession to be had. Ray now, who's been excellent since coming in as a mid-season transfer. Taylor Ray, Townsville born, ex-Victory. And even showed her versatility playing in centre-back last week against Bentley in that 3-0 win. Crosses come into Young, who takes a touch, but it should be cleared by Malloy fairly easily.
Get it quick!
And a rotation down the left-hand side turns into a cross from Kellen Knight. Just being able to pick up spots everywhere on the pitch so far. Keane cutting in, having a try from distance. Won't trouble Ray Horrison though. So Preston so far defending really well. A clearance off the line by Medwin early. And apart from being able to spill over possession in their defensive third, are standing up to the task and are really making sure that the distances between the midfielders and the defenders are really thin. Popovich and Dewey doing a really good job screening that. Wilkinson has come up to the right-hand side, trying to find the overlap of Wilson. Kellen Knight switching it out to Beatty Goad, who's done quite a bit of attacking so far in this game. Hasn't really been penned back at any stage. The 29-year-old ex-City, ex-Victory, Beatty Goad. Sloan Young trying to find a return pass into Miata. But not on this occasion. Ray Horrison will get the distance off the head of Matsumoto, but again, they're not really being able to maintain possession further up the pitch. A lot of space here for Young. 1v1 with Harrington. Beats her. Sloan Young now bearing down on goals. Cutting towards the byline. Left and right. Don't know which way she's going to go. Lays it to the top. To Miata. Shot from range and just wide again. Only half a metre from that back post. Great play from Sloan Young. 1v1 there with Harrington putting it in between her legs and driving towards the goals. If you didn't know, Sloan Young was at Florida Atlantic University, hailing from Boca Raton in Florida. Has been in Australia for a little while and has found her home at Avondale and is really causing a menace. Tricky to defend in a one-on-one situation. Ray into the feet of Miata here now. A lot of space. Gets another shot off. Saved by Ray Horrison. Spills out, but Harrington's there to be able to poke for a corner. And again, if Preston keep giving Avondale space 25 yards out from goal, they will get punished eventually. That's 3 shots now from Miata. That one is testing Ray Horrison, who was up to the task. Got 2 hands to it. And it will be Kellen Knight who will be serving this one in as an in-swinger on her left foot. Wilkinson peels off towards the back post, but it's a near post delivery, cleared easily by Percy on this occasion. Kellen Knight again into the box, flicked over to the boards, back post, not cleared yet, only as far as Accardo. Cries of handball, but nothing giving. Miata on her left, getting it again towards the near post. Keane copped a knock towards the back of her left ankle there, as she did in the first couple minutes of this game. Certainly that part of her body is taking a toll as she hobbles that one off. And Preston survive. Goad into Kellen Knight to Wilkinson. Squirms away from her this time and it's cleared, and Percy has a lot to do here. Always battling against 2 so far for the entirety of this first half. Janet Saris to Wilson. Kept under a lot of pressure there by Area, who signed from Melbourne Victory in the mid-season transfer window, the 19-year-old Shepparton born. But Wilson has done well so far in this game to keep it quiet. Medwin will play back to Malloy. And then Yamada will, with a lot of attention from Wilkinson, turn out. A bit of respite here for Preston, trying to force Avondale to press and come out of their shape. Loose touch there from Percy. Ray trying to find Miata in behind. Not sure if she'll keep it in. She does. Waits for the pressure of Popovic on that far hand side. Picks out Wilson. Oh, sorry, it's Keane. Goad. Now into Wilson, who tries to flick it round the corner first time. The intention was right, but the execution was just a little bit off. Again, Avondale going down this left-hand side, trying to link up. Dewey doing really well to hold up. Wilkinson now. And Avondale will reset. Ball comes in, but it's not really towards anyone in particular. Ray Horrison really urging the defenders to step out. Accardo drawing out Popovic. Oh, sorry, it was Dewey on that occasion, doing really well to get her foot in. Offering a really robust defensive approach. Young v Harrington again. Harrington does well to get her foot in and knock it out for another corner. And it seems like Avondale are only so close to being able to break the deadlock here. Keller Knight with another delivery. The last one went towards the near post. Wilkinson again will peel off. Now the ball will come to her, but it just goes over her head. Swift little routine there from Avondale, with the block being applied on the Preston defender, meaning Wilkinson can be able to peel off to the back post free. But the delivery on that occasion was just a touch heavy. And it's Medwin with the ball in her hands on the far side. Massey into Matsumoto, into the feet of Percy, back to Massey. There's better play from Preston. But we just haven't seen too much of those triangular passing movements between them and the 1-2s so far in this game. Avondale having the lion's share of possession. Young 1v1 again. Cuts inside well and tries to chip the ball into the area, but no movement there from Wilkinson ahead of her. Ray Harrison drops it on the boot, bounces over the head of Percy, and it's up to Preston to be able to get the likes of Sian Dewey, Popovic onto the ball to release Massey and Percy. The pace is out wide there. Matsumoto picking up the right wing position at the moment. Medwin doing really well to get ahead of Keane on that occasion. Ball comes out wide. Ria trying to go 1v1 when Harrington had made the run ahead of her. A little bit more composure in those scenarios, and they can actually get out the pitch and see if they can be able to land a glove on the Avondale goal. But they're just doing a mountain of work defensively. Wilson tries to pick out Wilkinson, but Yamada does really well just to judge the situation and play back to Ray Horrison. Plenty of time on the ball now. Massey wants it, has plenty of time, checks her shoulder, plays Dewey, tries to find the feet of Popovic, but it's just caught up as Massey flicks it into the channel, and it's rolled back to Percy, who has a shot out of nothing. Janet Saris not with the cleanest back pass there, and Percy was able just to rob in front of her man and with the outside of her right foot squeeze one towards the back post, but it just went wide on this occasion. A rare chance there from Preston to be able to get one on the board. They haven't had much of a chance in this first half. Something out of nothing. Janet Saris coming forwards. Into the feet of Miata. Keane now coming out into this near-hand side. Trying to throw it into the path of Wilson, giving her plenty to do. Yamada comes across well. Sweeps up with that trusty left foot of hers. Has barely put her foot wrong so far, Yamada. Has done everything that she's needed to do so far. Miata. Little 1-2 with Wilkinson. Clever. Trying to open him up. It will go wide to Sloane Young. 1v1 now with Medwin. Dribbling with her left. Drilling it across goals. Palmed away from Ray Horrison. And cleared there. Area 1v1 with Janet Saris, who comes across strong. And Avondale will again attack. Really wanting to isolate the fullbacks. Keane driving. Does she keep the ball in play? It goes out on this occasion. Really making the use of the full pitch is Hayden Keane so far in this game, covering every blade of glass. But Preston are holding strong so far. But the intention is clear. Get the ball out wide early, isolate the fullbacks and go 1v1. Get in the crosses in the box, or linking up with Wilkinson on the edge of the 18-yard box with those 1-2s. Wilson strong in the back there of Area. Nothing given. The game certainly being let to breathe by the centre ref, Angelique Manjon. As the ebb and flow of this game continues, Janet Saris out to Keane, gets her head up, tries to play in behind. Harrington, bit of miscommunication there with Area. Wilkinson now can drive down the right-hand side and get her head up. Doesn't see a whole lot in the middle. Plays it back to Wilson, who tries to turn. Possession turned over on this occasion. Good little 1-2 there from Massey and Dewey. Massey trying to do it herself. Probably a little bit too much on this occasion. Not seeing a whole lot of it, and when she gets it, is culpable of potentially trying to do the unpredictable. Kellen Knight now, great little pass into the feet of Goad. And Medwin is able to get distance on it, but it only gives Preston a few moments to breathe. Amy Medwin, ex-Brisbane and Western United. Great feet there from Keane, cutting inside Harrington. Pointing and wanting, runs in behind, and that run was on in all fairness. But just wasn't on the same wavelength with Sloane Young on that occasion. And it rolls through to Ray Horrison, who will take her time. really beckoning Wilkinson to come forward and press. Giving her players as much time to take in a breather as possible. Ray Horrison nearly blocked there from Wilkinson. And a great tackle there on the far side by Matsumoto. As I said early in the game, the form for Avondale has certainly been something to behold. Last three results, 3-0 to Bentley away, 4-2 win against Essendon Royals in round 19, and then a 6-1 win against Melbourne City the round before that. Really good play from Keane, driving in, cutting it back. And Miata will pick it up now. Ray trying to find Keane, bounces it back to Wilson. And Area will shepherd it out for a throw. It looks like Miata just copped a studding to the back of the boot there, accidentally on that occasion. Malloy gets it up towards the pitch, but only as far as Genesaris. Ray, who's seen a lot of possession early on in this game, again is able to play it back and give Avondale a chance to recycle possession. If you're just joining us here today for round 21 action of the Senol NPL Women's Victoria, it's 0-0 between Avondale and Preston here at Avenger Park, with approximately 6 minutes to go before half time. Wilson tries to do everything that she can to be able to bring it under a spell, but it's a bit loose there, which has been the case on a couple of occasions. I'm sure that will be a message at half time, just to be able to tighten up possession. Keane trying to fight the feet of Wilkinson, which she does really well. Kellen Knight has just time to be able to really walk on it in the midfield. Preston not really looking to be able to apply pressure in the middle block. Wilson playing the feet of Keane, but Harrington really tight on now. Ocado now gets her head up. Wilkinson again coming to feet, but Yamada is able to take it away. Strong challenge in there from Yamada. Feet first into Ray. Manjon waves play on. Massey with the ball, playing it out wide to Matsumoto. Preston with a chance here. Ball back into the box. Cleared well by Miata. Sloan Young does really well there to be able to turn away from Medwen. And now there's a counter-attack opportunity here for Avondale. Young coming inside the pitch. Still dribbling. Still going. Couldn't find Goad on the top of the box or a gap to be able to run through. And Malloy playing Area. Bennett comes out and does the sensible thing and plays Wilson. Really good play there from Bennett to spot that. The New Zealand-born goalkeeper. And the game has really gone end to end there just for the last couple of minutes. Space is opening up in the midfield. Xian Dewey does really well to be able to just take two touches, play it out wide. Yamada gets her head up, wants feet. Finds Massey, who does really well to use her body, turn. But Miata's just all over it. Finds Wilkinson. Time to run out the defence. Hannah Wilkinson plays it to Keane. Crosses it back in, but it's really well defended there from Yamada. Gets her body in the way and does what she needed to do. And the result of the game being played on means that a little bit of attacking action as what's come of it. The melee in the box there surrounding the goalkeeper deserves just a quick chat there from me and John, just making sure that there's not too many arms and bodies. Cleared somehow after a great ball into the box. It's hard to really see anything there with so many players around the goalkeeper. Just a mix of bodies, but a great delivery nonetheless, really mixing it up. Kellen Knight looping that one in on this occasion. Miata on the far hand side with her right foot will swing this one in. Ocado at the near post there, looking to be able to get in front of Percy perhaps, but it's Wilkinson who picks it up, lays it to the top of the box, but doesn't quite be able to find the pass. Flicks off the heel of Wilson, out to Kellen Knight, lumps it back in, no one in particular. And a combination of Popovic and Dewey will clear. They're continuing to hold strong so far, Preston. And Kellen Knight, again on that occasion, not being able to pick out a teammate. Ball comes out in midfield. It's Dewey with the reverse pass, trying to find Area. But it was cut off. Miata being able to have the opportunity to drift and pick up possession in different spots. Goad to Wilkinson. To Kellen Knight. Back to Beatty Goad. With time to slip in. Find Hannah Wilkinson. Fires with her left foot. Low. Hard at the near post. It's out for a goal kick. Good little play there from Avondale. Just to be able to release Beatty Goad, who drifted inside from left back. Combination with Miata and Kellen Knight meant that Hannah Wilkinson was able to peel off Malloy, and from that tight angle wasn't quite able to get it back across goals and test Ray Harrison, who with the goal kick plays it to the near touchline. And Area will play Yamada, and that's where the space is opening up now. Massey puts it ahead of Percy, who still has a lot to do. Ocado does really well, getting body in between balls, shepherding it out, playing it back to Bennett, and Bennett will clear. 1 minute of added time given. Massey from range. Speculative to say the least. More out of hope rather than a lack of judgment, I would say. But not far wide from that post. It'll go down as a shot for Preston. But ultimately they haven't been able to get too much on target so far in this game. Young, room to carry. Tries to play with the outside of her left foot. Bit ambitious on that occasion. Malloy cut off again by Goad. Really good first half so far from Goad, who plays it to Keane into the feet of Wilkinson. Can't get it under a spell again on this occasion. Massey into the feet of Percy, back to goal. Does really well to be able to shepherd. Young into the back of Medwin there, but it's called half-time on this game between Avondale and Preston in round 21 action of the Senol NPL Women's Victoria. And so far, Avondale have done really well to be able to maintain the majority of possession, switch the ball from side to side, and try and get at Preston and the fullbacks, but Preston have done really well to be able to defend, block and clear when it's been needed. And it's 0-0 here at the break. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon. Hello and welcome back to action here for the round 21 of the Senol NPL Victoria Women's. Live from Avenger Park, it's 0-0 between Avondale and Preston so far in what has been a tightly contested battle, and we look like we have a substitution here for Preston. Coming onto the pitch to make a difference in this second half will be Alada Filipovic. And we believe it's number 12, Yasmin Popovic, who has made way. Seems to just be limping on one of her legs at this point in time. But so far, Avondale have had lion's share of possession and the majority of the shots in this game, trying to break down this stubborn Preston defence. As we can see here, the substitution has been confirmed. Preston haven't seemed like they've made any changes, lining up exactly the same as they did in the first half. And you can only hope, the home team especially, will want to be able to convert this dominance now into goals on the scoreboard. And apart from any lapses in concentration that they had in the first half to the home team, gifting one chance, especially to Percy, it should be what we expect, more of the same as the second half kicks off. Kellen Knight now on the ball. Spraying it wide to Young. Back to Goad. On that left foot straight away. That's the intention. Overlapping run. And a crossing to the area. Results in a goal kick. Ray wins the header in the midfield. Straight to Wilkinson. Around the corner first time. And straight away we can see the likes of Keane and Young again looking to be able to get involved on it early and be able to drive it. Medwin and Harrington occupying the fullback position for Preston, who for the majority of the first half did really well to be able to quell that threat. Filipovic straight away involved in the action. Percy trying to find the pass. Doesn't come off on this occasion. Wilson throws it into Keane, who gets her head up, chops back. No foul given. And Preston are able to make their way up the field. The ball was tried to be kept in play there from Miata. Aidan Keane bemused as to why that wasn't given. Gesturing towards the assistant on the far side, Liana Georgiev. Wilson, again, first with the header. Yamada's there to clear. And it's now up to Preston, especially that back six, to be able to get the likes of Masumoto, Ioria, Percy and Massey into the game. The closer they get to goals and be able to get shots off, the more dangerous it's going to be for Brooke Bennett, who hasn't really had too much to do so far in this first half. She picks up the ball now. Akado tries to beat Matsumoto in that area. Probably ill-advised. Akado into Ray, and Avondale do really well to be able to get out of that little spill of pressure there. Goad protesting towards the ref, feeling that she got a stud on the top of the foot there. Should have been given a foul. She throws it into Young, back to goal. Tries to flick it over. Tight attention there from Medwin. It's given an Avondale throw. Wilkinson back into the path of Miata. Malloy comes across really well. Shepherds it out for a goal kick. A lot of action on this near touchline. If you didn't know about Preston's new signing, Matsumoto played in Japan's top flight and actually played for Preston a few years ago, so returning to the club after a previous stint. Medwin fires it at her head, but it just evades her and goes out for a throw. Massey really applying pressure there. Janet Saris out to Wilson. Into the feet of Keane. Really tight up against the touchline. Good defending there from Harrington. Yamada gets it out of her feet. Plays it back to area. Dewey. A good little 1-2 there from Preston. And that ball just cut off that square pass inside. Could have led to something really good there. If Preston can continue to do more of that combination play on the wings and be able to free up space in the middle of the park, they can be able to release Holly Massey, who is occupying that striking position at the moment. Massey, UK born, with experience at Everton Football Club, also represented England at junior level and played over in the US in the NCAA Division 1. Partnering with her UK counterpart up top in Percy, but just haven't really had too much joy going forward so far. Wilkinson pounces on that on a tight angle, cuts back to Miata, has to take the touch, can't hit it first time. Kellen Knight now. Back to Miata. They've slowed down the attack. Preston done really well to get numbers behind the ball. Keane cutting back. On her left, but cleared by Filipovic. And despite a Wayward's defensive pass, capitalised there on Wilkinson, she wasn't able to get the shot off. Makes a movement now towards the throw, gets it, dishes it off to Miata, trying to find the 1-2. Area does really well to be able to battle, but Miata comes out with it. Kellen Knight on top of the box, turns, finds Goad, gets her head up, only really has Young, wants him behind, but she gets the feet, cuts inside and just lays it off to Kellen Knight, who tries to find Wilkinson, who's got a lot to do. And Malloy does what she needs to get her body in between ball. And it goes out for another goal kick. Again, not too much space in behind for Avondale to play into. It's the combination play at the top of the box and getting shots off, which you feel is going to be the most likely avenue for them to be able to get an opener in this game, where Preston purely playing on the counter-attack so far. Filipovic back to Medwin, who plays it off the heel of Kellen Knight. Even if Preston do find the feet of Massey and Percy, they still got a long way before hitting the Avondale goal. It's a massive distance to be able to cover. And Janet Saris with plenty of time now in the midfield. Plays to the feet of Wilson. Keane picks it up. Tries to return the favour, but Area gets there ahead of her. And again, just running out of room on that far hand side to be able to combine and play to deliver those balls into the box. Wilson, supposedly in the back of Percy, waved on. Dewey does really well battling there. And Kellen Knight gives up possession, but Taylor Ray again. Oh, it's an absolute battle there between Area and Genesaris. And a foul finally given. Avondale want it quick. Certainly a real ebb and flow developing in this game now. Great pass into the feet of Massey there from Dewey. Trying to get them further up the pitch. The 19-year-old really anchoring things there in the midfield for the away team. Good interplay there, but great tackle from Beatty Goad, dispossessing Medwin after she made a really good run forwards. Janet Saris into Wilkinson. Haven't seen that combination in a little while. Keane honouring the run of Wilson on the overlap. Yamada does really well to come across. Again for the defenders so far. Beatty Goad and Yamada in particular for either team defending really stoically. Ball comes in, back to goal from Keane. Lays it off to Wilkinson, who takes a touch, advances forwards. But again, a lot of numbers behind the ball, being able to clear and get a body in. Ball comes back into the box again, and it's waved for an offside there. Avondale just straying beyond that defensive line there. And Preston doing really well to be able to hold off the threat of Avondale so far. It'll be interesting to see what time they go for it in the game and start to bring on those attacking subs, which they do have. Rhiannon O'Looney, a name in particular. You would expect her to be able to come on soon. Ray out to go. Plenty of time to drive into. Tries to find Miata. Doesn't come off. Dewey with a fantastic little reverse step over. Plays it to Filipovic. The ball tries to go in behind, but not many runners actually wanting it. Matsumoto pushed in the back there from Ray. That's an easy one. Matsumoto, using her experience, has had to do a lot of defensive work. Similar with Iarera on the far side, you would like to think if they weren't under the pump so much, that those two in particular would have had more opportunity to be able to get on the ball and drive at their opposition. That's what they're best at doing, going 1v1. Dewey with the instruction here from the Preston coach. Delivers the ball into the box, flicked on. It'll go all the way back to Bennett. Sun in her eyes does really well to be able to get under it. And with two hands deal with it. And with that trusty left foot of yours be able to reach. Keane, who cuts inside, fouled there from Holly Massey, doing the dirty work and tracking back. Really safe pair of hands and goals for Avondale in Brooke Bennett. As I mentioned earlier before, the Kiwi even had a stint at Devonport Strikers in Tasmania and also was the VPL Goalkeeper of the Year. As Accardo advances forward, Preston have been able to push 20 yards higher up the field as Ray tries to find Wilkinson. Not on this occasion. Dealt with well by Malloy and Yamada. Filipovic does well with Young, keeping her tight attention. Again, good press there from Sloane Young. As Medwin, with the ball in her hands, looks for options. Not much coming. Dewey does well to flick it on. Percy with the same. Matsumoto tries to get her foot in there. Accardo does really well. And Avondale will settle. Bennett looks up. Picks out Kellen Knight. Space again for Goad to be able to just drive into and play Kellen Knight. Wilkinson gets her head up. They're wanting to switch the ball, but playing it into the feet of Keane, who just misjudges that one. Good little build-up there from Avondale. Malloy Again, an awkward height for Matsumoto to be able to take that one under. Massey trying to go 1v1. Goes past Janet Saris and tries the early shot. Didn't back herself to be able to go any further. Did well from the throw-in to be able to create something from it, but just had a long distance to goals to be able to get off a shot that's going to really worry Bennett. As Preston look like they're preparing a couple changes here. Wilkinson having to drop really deep to be able to pick up the ball. Filipovic does really well to be able to come across, play the ball up the line, off the leg of Goad. Has certainly made an impact coming on in this second half so far. Again, Young there. Certainly give her credit for her tenaciousness in pressing. A real willing runner. Percy this time with the flick on. But again, Avondale always seem to be there for the second ball. Ocado, plenty of time to be able to assess her options, allowing Ray to be able to pull off into this halfback position as she's done on multiple occasions. Janet Saris now moving her way up that right hand side, laying it off to Wilson, twisting, turning. Iorea does really well on that far hand side to go toe to toe with her, get the tackle in, but it falls out to Keane. Cutting into the box, laying it to Wilkinson. Good tackle and a shot from range. Again, Malloy with the header, cleared. And it's desperate defending, it seems. Just anywhere away from the goal is fine. Massey does really well to put pressure on. Not much in support. Holly Massey trying to lay it off. She had to wait for the options to come up and support, and then when it was time for her to be able to play that pass, just wasn't able to get the power on it and direction. 1v1 now. Young versus Medwin. Good cross into the box, but it's too heavy. Had the power and the direction, but just wasn't able to pick someone out. Miata does really well on this far hand side, cutting it back. Ball into the box, cleared away. Percy and Massey, the two British up top, trying to battle their way through. Iorea comes in, steals it away. But again, to the anguish of the Preston bench. Young 1v1 with Medwin. And it's blocked really, really well on this occasion. They just need to be so careful in that midfield area when they do win it back, just not to be able to cough up possession too easily. It gives them a spell and a respite, and it also allows them to get numbers up the field, which is what they need. Short corner was taken on this occasion. Kellen Knight with room, fires it across. Malloy blocks it. Large shouts for handball. Would have been really difficult to be able to give, as it's a change here for the away team. Erica Detella coming on for Ava Harrington. And Detella will come into her familiar left-back position. Harrington has certainly put in a shift here. Has done extremely well to go toe-to-toe with Aiden Keane and Young. And has put in a mountain of work. The ball was really fired in from Kellen Knight there, and you could argue it might have brushed up against the arm of Malloy as well as her midriff, but difficult to be able to give a penalty on that one, I'd feel. Her arms certainly weren't away from the body. No one pressuring Ocado as she comes forward. Preston seem to be just dropping deeper and deeper. Sloane Young does really well, 1v1 against Medwin. Cuts inside, Young still has it. Chips it in on her left. Header comes in. It's a scramble in the box. And cleared away eventually. Wilkinson, and it was unsure who the second person going up for that header was. Looked like it was Wilson and Wilkinson. Both of them trying to be able to get some contact on it. Ray playing it back to Goad. Good little touch there. Medwin does really well to be able to come across, get a foot in. But she just doesn't really have too many options when she has picked it up in that situation. Killer Knight now picking the ball up. She's the one to be able to advance it forwards. Wilkinson, again, 30 yards from goals, looking for the ball to feet. Ray picks it up with Ocado next to her on the left-hand side. Wants to play that forward pass herself, though. But will settle for Ocado, who plays Goad, who's pushed up the field really well. Gets the ball into the box, headed, and it's a goal! Aiden Keane with the header. And the pressure has paid off. Beatty Goad with a fantastic cross in the box. With the wingers inverting inside, it was hard for Preston to be able to pick up the numbers that they wanted to. And coming in at the back post, Aiden Keane with the ball glancing off the top of her head past the outstretched palm of Ray Horrison, and it's 1-0 to Avondale. Goal coming in the 66th minute. And Preston now have got to come out of their shell a little bit and start to put more pressure on Avondale higher up the pitch. They've done superbly up until this point to be able to defend, but Avondale are just pushing more numbers forward. As we can see here, Keane fouled by Detella, and it'll be the first yellow of the game. Her first real involvement, really. Keane has done fantastic just to be able to drive consistently down that wing on the far hand side. And as she was driving towards goals, it seemed like Detella, who certainly wasn't purposely trying to clip her heels, ended up in doing so. And just outside the area, gives away a free kick, which Kellen Knight looks to be stepping up and taking. And on her left foot, you would think she's either going to clip this one in or even catch Ray Horrison out at her near post. Preston electing only to keep one in the wall at this point in time. Kellen Knight surveying her options here. Hannah Wilkinson at back post. Young just ahead of her. It's come in towards that near post, but Ray Horrison did really well to be able to get across. And let's see what the away team do here now. Filipovic driven right directly at her from Ray Horrison, who unfortunately just slipped in that circumstance, and it's coughed up. Young goes back to Miata. And Avondale will look for some width now, but they didn't have any on that occasion. Keane had drifted inside, wanted the ball to feet, wasn't quite touchline wide. And it seems like Ray Horrison has gone down here, potentially after that save. It would seem unlikely. She is being given some kind of rehabilitation there straight away from Malloy there on the scene. It doesn't seem that any first aid assistance will be needed from the sideline. Seems like it'll be a drop ball on the far hand side here after that stoppage. Detella will look to serve it back into play. Massey plays it out. Good little skill there. Accardo does really well between two players there, driving forwards. Young now, playing it out wide to Miata. Cutting inside, well tackled and well cleared in the end. Only as far as Goad. Finds the feet of Ray, who will look for Keenan behind. It's a fantastic pass, squared across the goals. Would have been a fantastic goal if they did manage to find Miata. Good pressure there. Again from Massey, putting in definitely a heavy workload in this second half. Goad now, playing Miata inside. And Avondale happy just to take the sting out of the tempo a little bit. Keane cutting inside. Detella really tight on it. Medwin intercepts but can only be able to play it back to Accardo. Shouts of handball. Not given. Miata, good little combination there down the left-hand side. Young to Ray, helps it onto Miata. Really trying to shift and move Preston. Good little 1-2 again. With a little deft half volley over the top. Trying to find Wilkinson. Inventive there from Avondale, but was never going to come off. Just not quite enough room to be able to play in behind there. As a foul has been given on the far hand side. Sloane Young does well to be able to use her body and not pulled up for it. Great ball in behind to Wilkinson. Ray Horison's come off her line. Forced to Miata. First time shot on the left. But easily dealt with from Yamada. Great pass from Young to be able to release Wilkinson just in a flash of an eye. Wilson, 1v1. Trying to drive the ball across and deflect it out for a corner. Avondale certainly wanting to be able to get a second and put their foot down on this game. Haven't really looked like conceding to the away team in this second half. apart from a small lapse in concentration and Massey doing her absolute darndest to be able to get closest to the Avondale goal and get her shots off. They're still in the ascendancy and will look to be able to deliver this one in. Kellen Knight towards the near. Cleared again by Percy, who's done well at that near post. Ray lays it off to Goad, who's got 2 on it. And who played it out of play. It looks like Ray Harrison again went down, having some troubles here. Just a quick word with centre ref Angelique Manjon, just to confirm that she is okay. And despite playing the ball out, it will be served back to him, you can only assume. Goad picks it up on this near-hand side. Plays it back to Young. Trying to really make their way down this left-hand side. Ball comes into the box, not really offering too much. Ray Harrison absolutely plants it on the boot. Just over the head of Percy. And this is a chance for Preston to be able to step up the field. But Miata has a lot of space to be able to drive into now. Tries to play a reverse pass out to Keane. Cut off by Detella. Good tackle there from Wilson. Trying to dispossess on the far-hand side. Area. Back to Detella. It's good pressure there from Avondale to be able to just wrestle possession back. Accardo receives it off Ray, and they'll try the left-hand touchline now. Goad cutting inside of Matsumoto. Percy doing her best there to be able to get a toe in. Cut off by Area into Massey. Now she needs support. 3v1. And Ray comes across there and takes it off her. Bennett controls. And Holly Massey is up on her own there with a lot of work to be able to do. Goad. Again, not much pressure being applied. You'd think at some stage Preston would want to be able to push numbers forward. A lot of time and space for Avondale to be able to operate in still. Ray plays it out wide to Keane. 1v1 with Detella. Aidan Keane, the goal scorer for today, beats her man, plays it across, but a little bit too far on this occasion. And it looks like Preston are making a trio of substitutions. Number 7 off Matsumoto with O'Looney coming on. Dewey will be coming off for Freya Duffy. And Holly Massey will make way for Liv Edwards coming onto the field, who will look to be going up top on this occasion, not going back to a typical central defensive position. So certainly a surprise there from Preston in those changes being made. 77 minutes and change gone in this game if you're just joining us live on the YouTube live stream. Avondale are 1-0 up here against Preston. And they seem like they're throwing the kitchen sink at it to be able to get back into this game. Good combination play there from Young into Knight. Didn't quite come off. Area makes up for it. Percy back to area. Tight area. Wasn't going to get away with that. Knight tries to play it into the path. Really well dealt with there from Malloy coming across. Who certainly has had a good game herself. Has done what's needed to get her body in the way and just clear the ball when needed, communicating with the players around her. They elect for the short corner. Goad again with the delivery. Ray Horrison comes, doesn't get it. And I believe it's Kellen Knight. Oh no, it's Hannah Wilkinson. Who ended up getting her head on that. I'll just have to double check. Beatty Goad again with a lovely delivery into the area. Preston just switched off. And it was Hannah Wilkinson who gets her 17th of the season. And that's the last thing that Preston wanted after making a trio of substitutions only a couple minutes earlier to get back into this game. But it's a 2-0, certainly a deserved scoreline. The goal coming on the 78th minute. Ray plays the pass forward beyond the defence, cut off by Medwin. Miata plays Keane, who does really well to turn into the box. Aiden Keane, great save from Ray Horrison to tip it over. Just showed the intelligence and the awareness to be able to spin away from Erica Tatella, cut inside into the box. And had that shot been just a little bit wider of Ray Horrison, it would have been in the back of the net. You can start to see that certainly the game on Tuesday night for a lot of these players is coming into effect. That 2-1 win over Boroondara Eagles. With a quick turnaround against a strong Avondale outfit. That shot blocked on that occasion from Ray. Keane again into the box. Yamada ends up earning a free kick. Thought it was a little bit risky on that occasion, going so tight in that area defensively in the 18-yard box, but ends up earning a free kick. Miata gets a toe in there, steals it off Filipovic. But only as far as Malloy, who goes on a little bit of a dribble here, wanting to take things on herself. Ray shovels the ball out wide. Kellen Knight looks up. The width will be coming from Ellie Wilson on this occasion as Avondale continue to press forward. Ball struck into the arm there, but from a very close distance, waved on. And it looks like that ball did come back off Sloane Young. Good defending there, and it's gone out for a goal kick. And it'll be Avondale's turn to make 2 subs. Number 21, Aidan Keane, the goal scorer, will be coming off. And it will be Cameron Barrero coming onto the field. And number 25, who it will be Teodara Juric coming onto the field. And it will be Genesaris also coming off as Taylor Ray shuffles back into the centre-back position. Detella wins the header and advances forward. Tries to play on the outside of her right foot into the path of O'Looney. Didn't quite come off on that occasion. O'Looney does really well, cutting to the byline, beating the defender. And it looks like it's a yellow card there for Cameron Barrero for dissent towards the centre ref, Angelique Manjon, not agreeing with that decision or something earlier in the play. Yamada gets a head on it, and of Wilkinson, brave header, spills back out to her, into the path of Barrero now, who gets an early shot off on her left, trying to catch Ray Harrison off guard. Does go out for a goal kick. Just under 5 minutes left, plus stoppage time left in this game. Avondale haven't really had to shift too far out the gears late on. But Preston are at least trying to get the ball forward a lot quicker. But probably haven't been able to maintain possession and pin Avondale back as much as they would have liked. Edwards there putting on quite a bit of pressure just to be able to force something. Young and Wilkinson get caught up in the crossfire. The teller now returns the ball into play. Filipovic just tries to get it forward on her left, only as far as Juric, who toes it into Kellen Knight. Put under a little bit more pressure there. Juric does really well. But unfortunately, that first time pass to the outside of her right foot just goes out for a throw-in. And a chance for Preston to be able to throw numbers forward. O'Looney, good to see her back into the picture. Accardo wins that header. Percy tries to come across. Not given. Preston have the opportunity now. Rio tries to get the shot off. Blocked. And it will go out for a corner. Beatty Goad seems confused as to why she didn't get that decision. It'll be Liv Edwards from that far side on her right foot to deliver this one in for Preston late on in the game. It's a good delivery as well. Area gets there, cleared, only as far as Malloy. Back down to Filipovic. Plays it out wide to O'Looney. Back to Filipovic, who will get the ball back into the near post, but Bennett's there. And she'll take some time off the clock. Barrero, South African born, plays it into Miata and tries to get it back from Wilkinson. Malloy just off the referee there, trying to find the feet of Percy. First involvement there today from Angelique Manjon, who overall has let the game play and breathe without stopping it too much. As the ball is released early to Percy. Great save at the near post from Bennett. Has another opportunity. And it just goes out for a goal kick. Inventive there. Quick from the free kick. And it's probably her best chance that she's had all day at goals. Valentine Percy. Looking to add to a tally of 7 so far this season. The next 3 games for Preston, super important as the season winds down. They've got Keilor Park next week, followed by Melbourne City and Essendon Royals. As there will be a minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time to be added on in this game. Urich out to Barrero. Again, Goad, such a willing runner going forwards, collects it, delivers the ball into the box. Wilkinson, and that's an easy one. 3 assists for Beatty Goad, it's unbelievable. Received that ball from Barrero, time to run, chipped it in, and no one could compete with Wilkinson in the air, who had the aerial advantage. And as Preston have dropped deeper, that ability to be able to get the cross into the box to the runners that they have has been made even easier. As 2 subs being made here, it'll be Isaiah Claridge and Georgia Trainer coming on for Sloane Young and Ellie Wilson. And it also looks like Daniela Galuccio will make an appearance here today for Elise Keller-Knight coming off. So Avondale using up all their substitutions for the last few minutes of the game. 3-0 to the home team. If you're just joining us late, Hannah Wilkinson with a double. With Aidan Keane getting on the score sheet earlier. Wilkinson lays it back off to Barrero. It really just shows you how much depth they have, this Avondale team, to be able to rotate and still be able to keep possession and play the way they want to. It's been a testament to their second half of the season form. And after coming off the back of 2 really good results, a 2-2 against FC Bulleen and a 2-1 win on Tuesday night, like I mentioned, Preston will have to go back to the drawing board and pick themselves up ahead of their home game next week. Medwin, who's tried to find that pass all day in behind Area, but Beatty Goat has been there just to get her head on it and be able to intercept. Square pass goes astray. O'Looney driving towards the ball there. Edwards trying to put pressure on Bennett. A bit ambitious. Was never favourite to get there, but still applied the pressure on the goalkeeper. And that's it for action here this afternoon at Avenger Park between Avondale and Preston. It's finished 3-0 to the home team, with the goals kicking off on the 66th minute with Aidan Keane glancing a header past Ray Horrison to break the deadlock after Preston had done fantastic up until that point to defend and keep pushing away the threat from Avondale. And then in the 78th minute, Hannah Wilkinson got on the scoreboard from another cross from Goad. And then right towards the end of the game there, just before stoppage time, nearing the 90th minute, Hannah Wilkinson again with a second header back across goals from another fantastic delivery and combination between Barrero and Goad on this left-hand side. It meant that it was always out of reach for Preston. As the players shake hands and wish each other each the best of luck. Thank you so much for joining us here today, and we'll catch you next week. I've been your commentator, Daniel Christie.